Welcome back to another episode of Guilty by Association. I'm Maegan Woytek. Here are the headlines that matter this week in community association management. If your community has condominiums or townhomes, this one's for you. On March 18th, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac announced significant updates to their lending standards, and they affect both what your association needs to carry for insurance and how much you need to have in reserves. On the relief side, associations will now have more flexibility on insurance. Roofs no longer have to be insured at full replacement cost value, and some of the stricter documentation requirements have been dropped. On the compliance side, the minimum reserve funding requirement is going up from 10% to 15% of your annual budget, effective January 4th, 2027. If your community uses a reserve study, which it should, it needs to reflect the highest recommended funding level. Baseline funding won't cut it anymore. Why does this matter? Because if your community falls out of Fannie and Freddie eligibility, buyers can't access conventional financing, and that affects property values and marketability for every owner in the community. CAI is recommending that boards and managers start planning now, not in 2027. On the legislative front, Georgia's Senate Bill 406 has been moving fast and not in the direction the CAM industry welcomes. The bill would limit an association's ability to collect assessments, fees, liens, and foreclosures, impose a $4,000 minimum before an association can initiate foreclosure, and interfere with an association's ability to collect attorney's fees in enforcement actions. CAI has been actively working to stop it. We're filming this on March 31st with 4 days left in Georgia's legislative session. So by the time you're watching this, the outcome may already be decided. But if you're in Georgia or work with Georgia communities, this one is worth knowing about and following closely. Before we wrap, if you're a management company CEO, mark your calendar. The ACAM CEO Mindshare Retreat is July 22nd through the 24th at the Ritz-Carlton in Chicago. Early bird registration is open now through April 30th, with rates starting at $850 for first-time attendees. Rates will go up May 1st, so make sure you register at acam-ceo.org. That's the news you need to know. We'll see you next time for another episode of Guilty by Association.